Hey there, Dr. Dallas Bragg here, recovery coach for gay men who want to break free from the addictive patterns of chemsex and live their best and highest life. Today we're talking about a very common subject, anger. And if you're struggling with anger and you have seen the negative consequences of your misuse of it, keep watching. On this channel, you're going to find lots of resources like this to help you break free from Tina and attain your best and highest self. Also, don't forget to look for my podcast. It's called the Aftermath Podcast. You can find it right here on this channel as well. I drop a long form video just like this every Saturday so please turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any. Sorry, and subscribe to the channel. By the way, if you're interested, I do have a one-on-one coaching program. It's called Recovery Alchemy. The link to apply is in the show notes. Through weekly one-on-one sessions and daily accountability, your life could look much differently in 6 months than it does right now. So you may need to read this and hear this right now, and that is, your anger isn't the problem. I know. Listen, I know. You've probably spent years being told that anger is dangerous, anger is destructive, or downright sinful. We were born to not show anger. We were told since we were born not to show anger. And maybe you've been in therapy sessions, right, where the goal was to manage your anger, like it's some wild beast, that needs to be caged. But what if I told you that your anger is actually one of the most sophisticated guidance systems you have? And what if your rage is trying to save your life? So let me explain. So here's the story we've been told versus the reality. The story is anger is bad, and good people don't get angry. If you're angry, you need to calm down. You need to control yourself, and definitely don't let anybody see it. Maybe you learned this in childhood when you got sent to your room for having an attitude. Or maybe it was reinforced in relationships where your anger made you the difficult one or too much. Maybe you absorbed it from a culture that tells men they can only be angry in very specific, controlled ways. And even then, you better not lose control. For many of us, especially if we grew up having to hide parts of ourselves to stay safe and to be loved, anger became the enemy. We learned that showing anger meant losing love, losing safety, losing our place in the world, losing our tribe. But here's what no one has ever told you is the truth. Anger is a secondary emotion. It's always protecting something more valuable underneath. It's your internal alarm system screaming, hey, something here is threatening what matters most to you. Think of anger like a loyal guard dog. When someone approaches your house, the dog barks, right? Not because it's mean, but because it's protecting what it loves. Your anger works the same way. It shows up when something you value, your dignity, your safety, your right to be seen and heard, feels under threat. The problem isn't that you have a guard dog. The problem is that most of us have never learned how to understand what the barking actually means. We misunderstand it. So think about this. When was the last time you got truly furious? And I'm willing to bet that underneath that rage was a moment. Maybe even it was just a split second where you felt completely powerless about something that was causing you pain. But what does powerlessness actually feel like? It's that sinking sensation in your stomach when you realize that no matter what you say, they're not going to hear you. It's like you feel trapped. It's that hollow ache in your chest when you're watching someone you love make choices that might hurt them, and there's nothing you can do. It's like the suffocating feeling when you're trapped in a situation that feels impossible to change, like a toxic job, a painful relationship, a family dynamic that's crushing your spirit. Powerlessness feels like being a child again, helpless, while the adults around you make decisions that affect your entire world. It's that moment when you realize your voice does not matter, your feelings don't count, and your very existence feels negotiable. Your nervous system hates this feeling. It will do almost anything to get you out of powerlessness because, from a survival standpoint, powerlessness equals death. So what does it do? It floods you with anger. A burst of energy says, fight, do something. Don't just lie there and take it. or run, right? Here's the kicker. That moment of powerlessness is where the real healing is found. That's the golden nugget, transformation. So here's how it connects to your recovery. If you're in recovery from substances, codependency, people-pleasing, any other pattern that's kept you small, this is especially crucial to understand. Most of us need our drug of choice to avoid feeling powerless. Whether it was crystal, making us feel invincible, alcohol, numbing the rage, losing ourselves in someone else's drama to avoid our own feelings, we were medicating the very emotions that were trying to guide us home to ourselves. Here's what I've learned over the past 2.5 years of working with men in recovery. The anger doesn't go away just because you stop using. It goes underground. It becomes passive aggression, depression, self-sabotage, or that constant feeling of being fine when you're anything but. But what if we approached it differently? So let's talk about an anger hack that's going to change everything for you. Next time you feel anger rising, instead of trying to control it or make it go away, ask yourself this question. What in this situation feels completely unworkable to me? Let me give you an example. You're angry because your partner keeps leaving dishes in the sink despite having asked them multiple times to clean up. On the surface, it's about dishes, but dig deeper. What feels unworkable is getting my partner to actually consider my feelings, pay attention to me. This isn't really about the dishes. It's about feeling unseen, unheard, maybe even unloved. Your anger is pointing you towards something that matters deeply, your need to feel valued in the relationship. It helps you dig deeper into the actual core issue so that you can have a conversation about that, not about the damn dishes. The magic happens when you address the real unworkability instead of fighting about the surface stuff. Your anger is pointing you home to yourself, healing. Here's what I want you to understand. Life is happening for you, not to you. Even your anger, even your most challenging emotions are information guiding you toward your best and your highest existence. Your anger is telling you where your boundaries need strengthening, what conversations need to happen, which relationships need attention or to go, which parts of yourself are asking for more love and care. When you start seeing anger as information instead of a problem to solve, everything begins to shift. You move from victim to investigator, from powerless to curious, from reactive to responsive. So here's a quick practice for this. This was the first tool I ever developed for my coaching program, Overwriting Limiting Beliefs, and I will put the link in the show notes. It's about getting to the core root of your meth use and most likely your anger. When this feeling of anger, or use this feeling of anger, to bring up a person or a situation that causes you to feel angry and walk through it step by step. And I'd be happy to help you with this tool. It is down below. Simply comment in the comments if you'd like for me to walk you step by step in doing it. It's going to walk you through bringing it up, asking yourself, when's the first time I felt this? Bring up those memories. What's the message that I feel there? And then that's going to show you what you believe about yourself. Some form of I am not enough. That I am not enough is the core of your anger. So here is the revolution, if you want to say it. It starts now. What if we stopped pathologizing? I'm not cutting this out either. You see how I struggle. What if we stopped pathologizing anger and started honoring it as the fierce protector guard dog it is? What if we taught people, especially men who have been told their whole lives that anger is the only acceptable emotion, how to listen to what their rage is really trying to say underneath? This is the work of recovery. This is how we heal. This is how we move from surviving to thriving. Your anger is not your enemy. It's been your bodyguard, your guard dog the whole time, desperately trying to keep you safe from hurt, from powerlessness, from being unseen, and from experiencing that limiting belief that I am not enough. So what's next? I'm developing a comprehensive training on transforming your relationship with anger for my one-on-one coaching program called Recovery Alchemy. If this resonates with you and you want to go deeper, hit reply and go to the comments, or in the show notes, you can apply for my program right now. Remember, you're not broken. You never were. You're just finally learning the language of your emotions that have been speaking to you all along. You just haven't been able to understand them. All right. Everybody, have a great week. Put some comments down there if you have any questions, want to add anything, subtract anything. Tell me what was good, what was bad. I would love to hear from you. All right. Have a good day. Hey. How was your birthday?